Blackstone Audio presents
The Conservative Mind, From Burke to Eliot, 7th Revised Edition, by Russell Kirk. Dedication. This 7th Revised Edition is dedicated to the memory of Warren Flyshower, that good friend who read the proofs of many of my books. Foreword by Russell Kirk. Written some 35 years ago, chiefly at haunted St. Andrews and in the old country houses of Fife, this prolonged essay in the history of ideas has obtained an influence unusual for such books in our time. A few brief comments by the author may be pardoned here. First published by Henry Regnery in 1953, The Conservative Mind has run through 6 revised editions in the English language, including Faber and Faber's London edition, arranged by T.S. Eliot, and also translations published at Zurich and Madrid. This 7th revised edition, to which these paragraphs are prefaced, presumably is the final version of the book. Its author, 30 years old when he began to scribble away at this second book of his, expected his study of conservative thought to move public opinion. But the book's success exceeded his hopes. Heartily commended in the major book review media during the spring and summer of 1953, The Conservative Mind became known to a much broader public than ordinarily takes up serious studies in history and political theory. It was discussed, too, in critical quarterlies and learned journals, and re-reviewed. Directly or in someone's paraphrase, presently its chapters reached those people who, Dicey says, are the real, if unknowable, shapers of public opinion. A multitude of thinking men and women, obscure enough, who influence their neighbors and their communities. The book was read by professional people in particular. It appeared soon on the desks of political administrators, legislators, leaders of parties. It began to work as a catalyst in the renewal or the recrudescence of a conservative polity, or so, later, the author would be told by the mighty, even presidents of the United States. The public's response, in short, to this rather difficult study in the history of ideas was comparable, almost, to the cordial reception by the French public of Chateaubriand's Genius of Christianity a century and a half earlier. Being no leader of the crowd, the author was surprised to find that he had contributed through the power of the word to a large political movement in America, to a movement which, within a few years, would supplant in power America's latter-day liberalism. Indeed, his original title for the book had been The Conservatives' Rout, he apprehending that the conservatives of America and Britain, during the course of 2 centuries, had been beaten back from ditch to palisade. But the book's publisher persuaded him to alter the title to The Conservative Mind. That decision itself seemed to have converted a...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?